Let's talk your model portfolio. This is day 8 of getting you booked by Fashion Week. Let's talk about it. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Lola Chél. I'm an internationally working, multi-agency represented professional model and model coach. I help busy women like you get back into modeling and book paid modeling jobs. So if you're into that, follow for more. Okay. By the end of this video, you will actually understand not only the purpose of your portfolio, but also how you can get yours started today. So, disclaimer. I am teaching you guys what I teach my models when I work with them one-on-one. But if you want to know how to do this specifically for you, drop the word Fashion Week. We can hop on a one-on-one sales call, and I can make sure that we put together your process as you are and where you are to get you from where you are to where you'd like to go with a guaranteed pay model booking by Fashion Week. Right? Right. Also, if you haven't already, go back and watch days 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, uno. No, seriously, go back and watch the other days because this is not going to make any sense if you don't know what type of modeling you're doing, if you don't know where you're doing this, if you don't know what your rates are, if you don't know why you're modeling, if you don't have your goals, if you don't have any of the fundamental things that you need for your modeling career, just trying to apply what I'm teaching you about your portfolio will not work. Because if it did, and if it could, you'd already have a portfolio that was getting you paid, right? Right. So let's break it down. Your model portfolio. What is the purpose of your portfolio? The purpose of your portfolio is to get you paid without you having to say a word. Okay. The purpose of your portfolio is to get you paid without you having to say a word. Why and how? Because guess what? Not every single model can show exactly what they can do just by showing up, right? You might get a good sense of who the person is, but you want to actually make sure as a client, as an agency, as a creative, that they can actually execute the vision that you have for your project, whether it's paid, paid shoot, whether it's a paid show, whatever the case may be. You want to know that this model can actually execute on what you have in your head. How do you see that, right? You can't just have every model come in and do the campaign. Okay. You can't just have every model show up and execute the campaign, right? Some people do test shoots, but before they even get to test shoots, they have to see what you already know how to do. What do you do well, and why should I work with you? That is where your portfolio comes into play. Your portfolio is showing people what you do well and why they should work with you without you having to say a word. Your portfolio is going to show your range in poses and expression and the clients that you've actually worked with and the vision that you can actually execute. Your portfolio is going to show everybody just that, right? And it's going to do so without you saying a word. Some people's portfolios are so compelling, all they have to do is send that portfolio in and they book the job, right? Other people, the portfolio is a little bit lacking, so you might need to do a callback. You might need to, actually show up in person to be considered. You might need to, do a self-tape so they can really see what you can actually do. And that's okay. That's okay. The beautiful thing about a portfolio is it's meant to present you to clients, to creatives, to agencies, to projects, to shows, to people who are not you. And it's supposed to show them what you actually can do. Right. So everybody's portfolio is going to be different, literally because of your market, because of your niche, because of your goals, because of why you're modeling. Your actual portfolio is going to be vastly different from the next model, even if you guys do the same niche in the same location. Why? Because your why is different, your goals are different, your rates are different, what your end goal is going to be is different. It's just going to be different. And then on top of that, your digitals are going to be different. You're literally going to have whole different digitals. So no matter what, your portfolio in general is going to be just as different as the next models because they're not you. And as somebody who has worked with multiple sets of twins, even if you guys do look literally identical, your books will not be the same because you are not the same. Okay. Okay. Now, even though every model's portfolio is going to be different, right? There's always key photos that every model should have in their portfolio. Now, this is something that I teach models when I work with them one-on-one, especially busy women, because they don't have a lot of time to try to figure it out on their own. I give them a cheat sheet of the 7 shots that I think every model should have in their portfolio. Big, 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 big disclaimer. You never have to do anything you don't want to do. So if you have hangups morally, if you have hangups with your religion, if you have hangups with your day job, it doesn't matter what your restrictions are. You can still do what you can do with the information that you get. I was recently talking to one of my new students, right, who took up this challenge of getting booked by Fashion Week. And she brought to my attention that she does not feel comfortable with swimwear. And I said, okay, that's fine. You don't have to do swimwear. Like, it's like so mind blowing, right? That if there's something that you don't want to do for religious reasons, you don't have to do it. If there's something that you don't want to do for more reasons, you don't have to do it. Like, what I teach models is the basics that they can apply to their career, and then we edit it based on what they actually want to do in their modeling career. So when I talk about, shots, I think that every model should have a headshot, right? A full body shot. I even throw in a swimwear shot. If you don't do swimwear, then guess what? You don't have to do the swimwear shot. Surprise, surprise, right? Surprise, surprise. If there's something that you don't do, and I give you a template for what makes up a pretty solid portfolio, if you don't do that type of modeling, if you don't want to do that type of modeling, if there is a responsibility you have morally or religiously or with your job, then just don't do it. Do everything else except for that. Like, you can still be successful even if you don't want to do swimwear. Surprise, surprise. So I am going to put that out there, that not only are the core shots for your portfolio needed, right? They're needed. Like, you need to have certain shots in your portfolio, right? You don't have to do anything you don't want to do as a model. If there's something you don't want to have in your portfolio, then just don't have it. You don't want to do lingerie? Don't do lingerie. You don't want to do swimwear? Don't do swimwear. Okay? But take the other aspects of these core shots and implement them. Everybody needs a headshot. The client needs to see what you look like, right? Every model needs a smiling shot, right? They need to just see your teeth. Even if you have a gap, even if you have a tooth missing, like, it doesn't matter. They just need to see, right? A full body shot. They need to see what you look like in your fullness. Whether you're thick, thin, doesn't matter. They just need to see. You got to take yourself out of, this mindset of, I need to be perfect, I need to look a certain way, and just be yourself. As somebody who's like born and raised in South Florida, and I now work between Miami and New York consistently throughout the year, and then I travel to as far away as the UK, the Caribbean, South America, Canada. I travel all the time. It has never mattered to my client how much I theoretically weighed. It's never really mattered how tall I was. It's never mattered, what nail colors and stuff that I've had. It's always mattered, how do I show up and how do I fit the vision that they're trying to actually execute. That's what it's always been. That's what it's always been. And I know that because I'm on set with people who, like you guys. I'm on set with people who are shorter than me, taller than me, older than me, bigger than me, thinner than me. And guess what? Between all of us, we still have portfolios that show our headshots, our full body, us smiling. Some of us do swimwear, some of us don't. Some of us do runway, some of us don't. Some of us do commercial stuff, some of us don't. But our portfolios all have about 5 to 7 shots that we all have. No matter our look, no matter our locations, we all have these shots. And that's why when I coach models one-on-one, I give them the cheat sheet to what those shots actually are, so they can make sure that their core portfolio is great, it's solid, and they can be confident in it. And what's crazy to me is, and we're going to talk about this in day 9, it doesn't, your first portfolio is not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be this amazing thing. It is just going to be typically bare basics. It's just going to be placeholder. It's just going to be just simple shots. And for some of the models that I've coached one-on-one, it's just been their digitals. And off of their digitals, just their digitals in their portfolio, they've been able to book paid modeling jobs. So your portfolio doesn't have to be this like extravagant thing, right? Your portfolio does not have to be, top model level yet. You can start with a simple portfolio with a simple 5 to 7 shots. And if you don't have those 5 or 7 shots, guess what? You can still use your digitals. You can still use your digitals and have a portfolio that shows what you look like currently, shows what you're able to do currently, and can get you paid modeling jobs. Now, your homework for today is to put together the shots you want to use for your first portfolio. They can be placeholders. That's what I call them when I work with busy women one-on-one. They could be placeholders. They could be, because at this point, you should know the type of modeling that you're doing. You should know where you're doing it. You should know your goals, right? You should know why you're doing this. And with that information and the digitals that you should have shot yesterday, you should be able to sit down and actually put together your first portfolio using your digitals and photos that reflect what you do niche wise in your current location, right? All you ever need is 5 to 7 really good photos. Um, Among them, I think every model should have at least a headshot, a smiling shot, and a full body shot. Those are 3 things that I feel like are non negotiable, right? And again, surprise, surprise, you can get those just from your digitals if you know what to do, right? So that's going to be my homework for you guys for day 8 of getting you booked by Fashion Week. It's pulling together the shots that you want to use for your first portfolio, right? If you want to actually make sure that you not only have like those basic 3 shots, but know the full 7 shots that every model should have in their portfolio, and you want to make sure that you have the proper placeholders and digitals to really execute putting yourself out there as a model portfolio wise so that you can get paid, you can always drop the word Fashion Week. We can hop on a one-on-one sales call. I can make sure that not only you're pulling the right photos for you and you have the right digitals and your portfolio is good to go, but we'll also take it a step further and we will actually set up a free online portfolio for you that you can send to clients and when you are applying to paid modeling jobs. So if you guys are into that, you can always drop the word Fashion Week in the comments below or DM us the word Fashion Week. We can hop on a sales call and put that together because there are models right now. And it's so funny to me. I had a coaching call before this live chat that we're having, right? And the model I was coaching, mind you, she had modeled on her own before. I think she had maybe like 1 or 2 paid modeling jobs throughout her career, like her whole career, right? We started working together less than 30 days ago. And at the time of our current call, she had 1 paid runway show that was getting ready to book her. She had another major client who asked her availability for the month for a paid shoot. And this is all in a small area, an area that she felt like never had any jobs and she couldn't get a network in. She now has not 1, but 2 paid model jobs getting ready to be accomplished this upcoming month off of work that we did in the last 30 days, right? On top of that, she has a photo shoot that she's literally doing this upcoming Friday, a photographer that she had never worked with before, a makeup artist that she had never worked with before, a hairstylist she had never worked with before. She has a whole new network of people in a small market who are working with her for free to execute a vision that she created and was able to showcase for this upcoming portfolio shoot. This model was literally able to put herself in a position to not only just have a modeling career, but to double the amount of paid model jobs that she's made in her entire career in the last 30 days. And it's so funny talking to her because I literally laughed through the first 10 minutes of our call. And I had to tell her, don't take it the wrong way, but you think, testing, you think, sorry, calls coming in everywhere, right? You think that it's just so surprising that this major client is getting back to you. You think it's so surprising that this fashion show is considering booking you. You think it's so surprising that these creatives in your area want to work with you. You think it's so surprising that a hairstylist just fell in your lap, right? Meanwhile, it's all the things that we did on a daily basis for the last 30 days using only 30 minutes a day that made it possible. It only took us 30 minutes to revamp her entire social media site. It only took us 30 minutes to put together her online portfolio. It only took us 30 minutes to actually apply to paid modeling jobs. It only took us 30 minutes to get back to creatives who want to work with her. It only took us 30 minutes to literally reach out to new people in her area. It only took us 30 minutes to apply to paid modeling jobs and agencies that have paid modeling jobs that fit her, right? It only took 30 minutes. And it's so funny seeing on the other side of that, after the 30 days were done, how much she got accomplished with just using 30 minutes a day and the simple system that I taught her firsthand. And so, in all honesty, it gets to be simple. It gets to be simple. Your success as a model gets to be simple. But it's up to you to actually take the process and apply it. There are other models who have the same 30-day challenge who let life get in the way, put this on the back burner, and didn't get their results. So it's really going to be up to you whether or not you actually want to buckle down, give yourself 30 minutes a day, apply the process that I give you if you decide you want to do one-on-one coaching with me to make sure that you guarantee that paid booking by Fashion Week. Okay? Now, the last thing I want to leave you guys with, because again, we're talking about your model portfolio, is if you decide to take up the challenge for today's homework, and you decide to actually grab photos that you want to use in your upcoming portfolio, by all means, DM it to us, right? I would love to give you some feedback that can actually help you make sure that you are going in the right direction, okay? But again, as always, if you actually want the guarantee to make sure that you're going in the right direction and it's actually going to guarantee you a paid modeling job, by all means, DM us the word Fashion Week or drop the word Fashion Week, and let's hop on the sales. The whole reason I started the school is to make sure that models like you know how to make money. That's the whole reason. Okay, that way, if you want to work for free, it's by choice, not by force, because there's space for everybody in the modeling industry, and anyone can be a model. It's just about finding where you fit. If you want help figuring out where you fit, by all means, take this challenge. This is day 8. We have 7 other days that you guys can catch up on. That's 7 other things you guys can do for your modeling career if you want to just like rush through it and like bundle it. You have so many resources that are available to you right now to really start your modeling career. I really do hope that you guys use it. Thank you guys so much for joining me live. If you did, I'll be talking to you guys again for day 9. So stay tuned, because then we're going to be talking about how to actually put together your portfolio online. Okay. So all my technically challenged people, you might want to tune into that day. It's really going to give you the insight that you actually want, so that you can be another step closer to getting your next paid model booking by Fashion Week. All right. Talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.